I think the qualitative research part, I think understanding, it's always amazing when you go and get out of your office and get out of your in an academic setting, out of the classroom, and you're trying to solve a problem, and you go out and you watch people using a product or a service. Inevitably, there are new ideas, new insights and opportunities that emerge. You see people's needs in a new way. So it's a really basic tool, but that's fundamental and tremendously valuable. Another one is that notion that you block out time. It's very rare in a lot of corporate settings to actually block out time for generating ideas and developing ideas and sketching them out and building them. People are very quick to want to know what the solution is. So I think one of the powerful aspects of design thinking is that it just blocks out the time for brainstorming, for idea development. And then prototyping. I think that's the third majorly valuable thing. Instead of, it's amazing when you actually build something and you build it quickly, how much you can learn, how much building can help your thinking. Both the process of building it, so on maybe a more technical side, when you're actually having to build something, you realize that not all the things fit together the way you thought they would in your thinking and then in your sketching. But when you actually are laying everything out and trying to fit it together, that's one learning area. I think in the grand scheme of human-centered design, the even bigger learning area is then when you take that out to people and you see how they react to it. Are they, and sometimes you don't even have to go through sometimes you can represent a concept very quickly through a storyboard, an illustration, a small video, or a very rough prototype. Take it to some people and get quick feedback on whether it's a good idea or not, and more importantly, what's wrong, how might you really make this right? Because typically when you're starting, none of your answers are right. That's the beauty of prototyping. You're building stuff to learn, and you take things out and you think you have some good ideas there, but you're not there yet until you get some feedback and refine them and do it again until you finally have a really compelling product. I think two things. One is having project spaces, and another has to do with the people on your team. So project spaces, having a place that you can have a mess, that you can have all the research findings, all the photographs, all the idea sketches, that you don't have to clean out all the time. That is kind of the living embodiment of the progress of the project. I think that's one critical thing in terms of if you're designing an architectural space. I think another is just the makeup of the teams, having kind of optimistic, pragmatic people who want to quickly iterate towards a solution, and having a diversity of disciplines and mindsets represented there. So kind of faith in the overall process of the people involved, and great diversity in expertise and perspective.